And hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we are simply waiting for the maintenance to end, and then we will be into the brand new tier, which should be going up any minute now. So we're going to be live for a little bit here. We're going to be waiting, and we are going to jump in the second that the game goes up. You guys can let me know in the comment section. When the game does go live. I'm just going to make sure that the comment section does work, because it doesn't always. Generally, when it doesn't, you guys don't get to see it. So I shall test it now. Okay, there we go. The chat is indeed working. That's what I like to hear. Good, good. So we are just sitting here, stuck watching this screen, until someone lets me know that the game is indeed up. We will be into a brand new static tier, which is going to be very, very exciting. James says, hello, as Grand Cat, how are you? I am good, James. You are the first one here. Baron Ransack Von Joy says, links are shared. Thank you, Baron. That's very much appreciated. I'm sure it'll be going up. The game will be going up live any second. We are live right now, but I'm sure that we'll get to see a whole bunch of brand new static cards, including the Battlepass Logan Paul, and we'll see what all the wonderful goodies are there. I'm also really, really interested in seeing who the new campaign mode limited edition card is. There's many, many speculations. Could be John Cena for John Cena's last match. It could be someone brand new, like maybe Javon Evans. Could be... Oh, Austin Casey says, hey, this is King Messiah. Hello, King Messiah. Welcome. Nice to see you in the live stream. King Messiah is a long-time friend, has been part of my W Supercard team, Soul World Order, for quite some time. Daniel Miner says, first like, whoop whoop. Yes, thank you very much for that, Daniel. All of your comments and your likes do help get these videos out to so many new potential members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. And of course, clicking that little subscribe button helps tremendously as well. So, we are just at the mercy of W Supercard. Are we in? It looks like it's loading something. It's pretending to load. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Tune in and turn it up. Super. I didn't get to read the rest of that. There's Dominic Mysterio, there's Jade Cargill, and there's the American Knight Cody Rhodes. That is very, very cool. We're going to go ahead and screenshot that. Also, in one of the background TVs, I just see, yeah, there's Pharaoh. Hang on, I want to try and catch the screen of Pharaoh in the background. Yeah, there we go, got him. Okay, so we've got Tomb Smasher, Lights Out, and Blocker Buster. We are into the brand new tier. Superstars from across the globe reach through the screen in a shocking new rarity. Static rarity is here. Okay, it looks like we've got something. We have a Pro Crystal. Fantastic, thank you, game. And 15 draft picks. Cool. 30 draft picks. Is it giving us all the stuff from the previous tier? Why? We don't need this. Okay, thankfully it stopped. So War Games is Santa Claus. Oh my goodness. You can handle 1 ring. Can you handle 2 rings? What about 3 rings? Oh, there he is. It's Saint Mick. Wow, that is really, really interesting, considering that Mick Foley announced that he will not be re-signing the deal, the Legends contract deal in June. So this could very well potentially be the last Mick Foley card that we get. So let's see here. We're going to get Ignition Eric. We're going to get an Otis prize card. We're going to get a Brooks Jensen Adventure. We're going to get Big John Studd as the static. And then, of course, we're going to get Saint Mick himself, Mick Foley, as the event card. So that's going to be our first static event card. Let's take a look at campaign mode. There we are. The mid card has started. Let's take a look at the rewards. This is what I've been waiting for, folks. It's going to be Batista. Yes, Butt Taster himself with the Batista bomb. That is who the limited edition card is this time. And we'll be trying to get through some of that. Let's take a look and see if our boom rewards have now updated. Whoa, it says that we should already have this static EO Sky and the LA Knight. Can we claim those? Okay, if I... Oh, for God's sakes. Right, let's dust something here. Okay, I don't think we need any of these guys, so that's fine. We can get rid of those for a start. Let's... It's an equipment that we need to get rid of, so let's take a look at our equipment. In fact, actually, it's probably void equipment that we need to get rid of. Actually, those are fine. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of this one. Okay, that's fine. We'll dust that ignition card. Okay, that should allow us to go into the draft board. Michael says, "Hi, Grandcat." Hello, Michael. And here's our first static card. Bang! Yo, it's me. It's DDP. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That is excellent. A great start to static tier. We've got Diamond Dallas Page, where we'll be 100% locking that down. It's interesting that it's a mix of legends and current superstars, which I think is very, very cool. We've seen the likes of Big John Studd, we've seen DDP. And of course it's going to be Saint Mick is going to be the event card. Okay, that's good enough. New card discovered. Of course, that new card is Diamond Dallas Page. Let's go ahead and we'll dust the rest of these. We didn't need them. And now let's take a look over at Boom. Which is still saying that we have these points here. I'm going to play one game of Boom and see what happens. Oh, there's a static Roman Reigns. Okay, that is perfect. Oh, I've just seen that Brock Lesnar and LA Knight have changed. It is a good thing that I noticed that. So here's Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness. Okay, thankfully that is enough. Okay, we managed to get 72,000 there. Objective complete, currency collector. Oh, it gave us 2 of the naughty tokens this time. Okay, now it appears to have reset itself, although now I don't know how many points we have because we should have just got more than 62,000 there. So maybe we'll come back to that. So it's interesting that we've got new EO Skies there. Let's take a look at Super Showdown. Oh, we got the static Bailey. Oh my god, that is awesome. And then it went into network error. Oh my goodness. So, did it give us that Bailey? I need to see. Yeah, we did get the Bailey. Were we not supposed to get that? What exactly happened there? I think that there's maybe still a few bugs in the system. Some bugs that they might need to work on. So let's see here. The static league is the Miz. Let's take a look at the rewards there. Okay, so it's Jacob Fatu and the Miz. So the Miz is the static card. Daniel Mayer says Showdown is rewarding all the milestones. I mean, we got one Bailey, but we didn't get anything else. Okay, there's a 3, 6, and a 7. Okay, so 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so then this isn't 6 or 8, so it could be 7, could also be 3. So if this one is 3 and this one is 6, then this one could be 8 and this one could be 7. Okay, we are going to continue. So that means we've got the 8 and the 6 round the wrong way. Okay, there we go. Oh, the new cases only cost 350 as opposed to 500. Ah, Daniel Miner says, I claimed the first milestone, the game reset after claiming a second milestone. Oh, so there's a bonus chance of the toys present and the clothing present from this. That is very, very nice. That there's another way outside of Lights Out. So crack the case, leagues, showdown, boom, campaign. We have a new battle pass. And he is indeed so humble. There he is in the middle of the going viral. There is the golden punch at the top there. I'm going to go ahead and move that down. I'm going to move it to like here, just in case I want to use either of those parts for screenshots for later on. But let's see what we have. So the first one gives us our static Logan Paul, who is an up arrow. And then we get him doing the bicep pose, the bicep crunch. Plus we get the Maverick back card back. The static Logan Paul drone. That's for when he does going viral. TT Just Toby says besties here. There's the still humble card back. Okay, so that seems all very, very cool. So we've got the Battle Pass, we've got Campaign, we've got Boom, Super Showdown. Super Showdown, interestingly, it seems that we did get one Bailey. I'm not sure that we were supposed to, but I clicked on it and it gave me it. Think that looks like a good image. Oh, now also, we have these new level ups as well. So let's go ahead and claim this one, which gave us Dirty Dominic Mysterio, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that one as well. The next one is going to give us a static a static support, an action support is apparently what they're called now. Then we're going to get a static manager. Then we're going to get... Well, that's interesting. When I click on level 30, it shows me the level 29 reward. That seems incorrect. Just playing around with a few different images. I think we're going to go with this one with the IC belt. And we've also completed the collection for adventure, which means that we're going to get another static card here. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We're going to go ahead and lock that one down. With those shears, it looks almost more like a horror movie. And so there's a message being held for review. That can happen if you are trying to spam too much, or if you are using any explicit words. It's not me that holds them. It is YouTube. So I do not have control over that, I'm afraid. Oh, let's see if 24/7 has changed. Nope, the event has ended. Okay. Has Wild Wednesday changed? No, it's still just a chance at adventure. Okay. There is a new Naughty or Nice pack here, which either gives you an electronic John Cena or an Eddie Guerrero treat. I think it's supposed to be some kind of cookie. So we need to play 50 games in League. We need to open 50 card packs, acquire a card of Adventurer or higher tier 20 times, use your super move 20 times, and then reset the draft board 40 times. You've got 13 days and 23 hours to complete that. Okay, let's take a look at Naughty or Nice. Now this time, I think we're going to go for Nice. And there's the Jimmy and Trish Stratus being added to the rewards. Now... Okay, we've got a few more rewards there. And we've got our community pack, which is going to give us the CM Punk, which we'll be locking down. So the next one will either be a Jimmy Uso. Oh, the Jimmy Uso is static. Or it will be a Trish Stratus. And let's go ahead and claim some of these rewards. We've got a couple here. Not the most helpful reward, I don't think. We'll look down the AJ Lee. Got another couple of adventures here. Oh, we've got a static. We got a static sensational Sherry. That is very, very cool. And we got another adventurer ladder. Now, I don't think we actually need the adventurer ladder because I'm pretty sure we've got an F3 of it. But we are 100% going to be locking down this manager sensational Sherry. Bobby Tarantino says I'm not getting this battle pass. I genuinely actually like Logan Paul. I mean, I don't like Logan Paul. I like the wrestler Logan Paul. I need to clarify that. I think that he's a great heel in ring. He's got some fantastic moves. He's got one lucky punch. He's got the what is it? The superstar splash. Um, he's got the going viral, which is when he does the splash to the outside with a little drone. He's got the pulverizer, which is a really, really clean move. He has the buckshot lariat. He's a really, really good wrestler. Like, he has been given some tremendous God-given talent, and it's ridiculous. So we are very, very close to getting the Trish Stratus, but we are going to have to get one of these Eddie Guerrero treats in order to get that one. And on the nice side, we are still locked behind needing this freaking thing that we still haven't managed to get yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tomb Smasher, Lights Out, and Blocker Buster and see if we can get anything. Right, let's take a look at the store. That's a good point. So in the superstore, it looks like nothing has truly updated. There's new cards available in the Platinum Pack that gives you a chance at getting the static cards. In terms of the offers, there's a Down the Chimney bundle, which has a 10% chance of having one of the new cards. That's, for £7.39, getting 20 naughty tokens and 20 nice tokens isn't actually that bad. That's pretty good, actually. There's a Tree Topper. At least this has came down in price a tiny bit. But there's still no easy way of getting that one, I wouldn't say. Oh, the equipment has reappeared. Although the equipment is still all of the old cars. I think that's supposed to get updated. Or at least you would imagine it would. So we've got Lights Out, Blocker Buster. We've got the brand new Tomb Smasher as well. I guess we should maybe start with Lights Out. You know what? I'm going to start with Tomb Smasher because Tomb Smasher is at least nicer. Okay, so there's a J Uso, and we've got a chance at a 30% chance at getting one of these if we get all of it. Oh my god, we're at the maximum amount of equipment cards. Let's go ahead and dust some of these then. Juan says, who's winning, naughty or nice? I think it's nice at the moment, from what I saw. But we'll take a look at it in just a second. All right, that was just that business. If we take a look at it, yep, it seems that Nice is certainly in the winning once again here. So now can we play Tomb Smasher? We're the maximum number of support cards as well. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and dust some support cards then. I'll just get rid of a few of these so that it shouldn't hold us back any longer. Okay, there we go. We're into Tomb Smasher. Right, so the two that are free are unfortunately right beside one another. So we're going to have to hope that we get a little bit lucky here. Right, so let's try here. That was unfortunate. Oh, that's really unfortunate, actually. Okay, that was good. So we've got one blue one left to grab. We've got 6 green ones, and that's us. I think we are going to continue. Dang. Then we're going to continue again. At least it's not as expensive. So we need to get one more blue one, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 1 in 5 chance. We need to get 5 more green ones, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. Interesting. Let's try some green ones then. Oh, that's not off to a good start. Okay, we're going to have to continue again. My goodness. Yes, EO Sky is indeed the boom rewards. We saw that earlier. Okay, so there's only 4 green ones left. 3 now. Yeah, my goodness, we are going to continue again. Okay, so there's 2 green ones and there's 4 here, so it's a 50-50 chance. And this one is again a 50-50 chance. Okay, so now we only need to find the blue one, which is a 1 in 5 chance. How much does it cost? 375. I came this far. Okay, there we go. I just needed one more. And we have completed Tomb Smasher. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. Making all these screenshots. So I think you only get 1 platinum pack for completing it. So let's hope we get something good here. Unfortunately, it looks like we didn't get anything. We do get 4 nice tokens and 3 rare to draft picks as well. I will say, I still prefer Tomb Smasher to Lights Out. Okay, we've got 3 rare to draft picks here. Let's go ahead and try this. We got it off the very first one. And it is a static Nathan Fraser, which we're going to lock that down. Reprise Second Wind, and we have an Adventure Mark Henry. We're going to lock down the Nathan Fraser, but I think we can probably dust both of these. Actually, I'm going to keep hold of the Second Wind so that I can use it on Naughty or Nice. AC says, which team are you going for? I am on Nice. I am on Nice this week. Let's do Lights Out, much to my chagrin. I hate this mode so much. Genuinely, the second that I get that Dragon Lee toy, I am never spending any more credits on Lights Out ever again. But until then, I will do my absolute best to try and get that that platinum downward reward. Let's see, AC says, I think the card is better on the naughty side though, with it being Trish Stratus. Why does it cost so much? Why does it cost 1900 credits to complete Lights Out? And even then, you still generally don't get very decent rewards. And why does this take so long? Just wasting all my credits here. Well, that's good. We managed to get that entire column. Bensky says, have you bought the Battle Pass at all as a Grand Cat? I will be. The way it works is me and Bossman get the Battle Pass for each other. So I'm waiting for him to show up online. I suspect that he may be snoozing. Okay, that was the only one that we needed. TT says, have you checked the campaign? If not, the rewards Batista. Yes, we did. We took a look at the campaign rewards earlier. J King says, just saw Elia PCC card is in the web store. Really? I'm going to have to get that. How much does it cost? What do we have to do to get them? J King, if you can give me all the details on that. I didn't even look at what pack that was there. Okay, so the rose ones are the ones we don't really care about. It's the columns that we want. Okay, we got something. Please. Please. Give me that Dragon Lee toy. No! God, I just need that Dragon Lee part so that I can continue. Okay, can we please get the Dragon Lee thing from this one? No! I hate Lights Out so much. It's the worst game mode. It's almost like it's taunting me. Oh my god. Well, we have this at least, I guess. This sucks so much. It sucks so much. Dang. Okay, we found the silver belt. It's going up and down the way. I think I'm just going to claim an exit there. Spent in credits on these things today. All right, let's do naughty or nice then. Why was the bonus package removed? Yeah, where's our free packs? That's a great, great question. I would love to know the answer to that as well. Okay, so we are on nice this time. Unfortunately, we can't get any rewards from it, but we can still use these. Oh, right, I see. Okay. We had lots of time there for that one. So we've got the ×2 multiplier for the nice. So that's why we're going to use all of our nice tokens today. AC says, do you think getting the nice tokens are more accessible than the naughty ones? I have so many of the nice ones. It's because we get the nice ones from two different events now. We're getting them from Blocker Buster and we're getting them from Tomb Smasher. But the only thing that's giving us naughty tokens at the moment is Lights Out. So unless you're like me and spending 1900 credits on every single freaking Lights Out game, yeah, the naughty tokens are going to be a lot harder to come by, so you are going to see a lot more of the nice tokens. Austin Casey says, check out the new league card. Bensky says he already has. It was, indeed, it was Damas. I was almost about to take the 251 there because I couldn't see... No, the 200 one there because I couldn't see the 251. Anyway, says I still need the Triple H stocking. I've got loads of them. If I could give you one, I would be more than willing to. King Messiah asks, I wonder if they'll bring back puzzling anytime soon. Ben says, well, I bought the Battle Pass from the web store, but never got the free pack to claim that I usually get with it. Is this a glitch? Does anyone know? I am honestly unsure. The Hermayer says, I'll trade you one of my 3 extra copies of Tiffy. I also have quite a few additional Tiffany Strattons. And yet I only have a single Roxanne Perez. I just realised that we have 50 people in the stream right now. My goodness, that is an awful lot of you. If you could all click that little like button, it helps a tremendous amount. And if any of you are new, if you could go ahead and click that little subscribe button, it does help the channel significantly more than what you might think it does. Thank you all for coming along and watching this big old Grandcat playing this new tier. It's very much appreciated. We're just trying to get some points here in the naughty or nice thing. Bensky says, only 4 likes, what are you guys playing at? I think we're up to 5 likes. But sometimes the little like meter is incorrect. Sometimes it shows less than what there actually is. J King says, just realised Big John Stud is the War Games undercard and I got him the collection set. It's up to 9 likes now. Wow. Thank you everyone for clicking that little like button. It's very, very much appreciated. Now, if the rest of you could all click that little like button as well, we would get up to a lot of likes on this little video. The likes in the comments do help get this little video shared to other people. It allows the algorithm to sort of boost the video. And that means we get more people coming in to join the Grandcat Grand Fleet. Let's see here. Austin Casey says, I think it's a glitch because I got the free pack when buying from the web store last year. Bensuke says, yeah, so did I, but not this time. Daniel Mayer says, last tier isn't this tier. Have they done away with the free pack? Surely that's incorrect. For anyone that doesn't know, the little free pack is the thing that if you buy the Battle Pass, it gives you, is it 4 rarity draft picks? And it gives you a whole bunch of super coins and things as well. Larry says Saint Mick is the event card. Yes, and it could very well be the last Mick Foley that we get because he is ending his contract with WWE Supercard. They are in creative differences. And, oh my goodness, we have so many cards here now. So, we still have this Super Showdown Bailey. I say we level her up. So Bailey, by herself at level 100, has 240.2 thousand in power, 250.1 thousand in toughness, 281.3 thousand in speed, and 292.7 thousand in charisma. And let's level up the rest of these cards then, shall we? Actually, we're going to start with the Sensational Sherry Manager. I think we're going to start by getting rid of some of these. J King says, "How did you get her already?" It was shown earlier in the stream that when we went into Super Showdown, it had all the points from where we were last time, and I was looking down, I was looking at this, and it gave us it, and then I went to click on the next one, and it kicked us out, and then I went back in, and we were suddenly back to 0 points. Now, we also played a game of Boom, and on Boom it said that we had got all the rewards, but it said that we had claimed everything, and after getting 72,000 points, it put us back on 0. So I think there's maybe, you can actually see there that in Boom, there is one game that's completed already, and yet we are on 0 points. So, I mean, I don't know. It seems like there's maybe a couple of glitches, but there is always some kind of hiccups when it comes to a new tier, and it seems that these ones were perhaps a little bit in our favor. Whether we get to keep the cards or not, I don't know. But would be rather cool to have an F1 Bailey. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Supercard was like, yeah, you're not supposed to have this. I would agree with that. I mean, it wasn't taking advantage of any kind of glitch or anything. It was just that I went to click on it and it was right there. It's like, oh, okay. I actually initially thought that if you completed Super Showdown, that you would just get the rewards from Super Showdown. You know, like, because it's a new game mode, we didn't know how exactly it worked. And I was thinking, well, maybe they're trying to push it, you know, so that it's like, hey, if you got to the maximum rewards in the previous Super Showdown, you get all the rewards from this one. And that would certainly have made people very, very excited to complete Super Showdown. Okay, so there we go. We've made quite a few max level cards. We're at 475 or 500 cards. Now, what else do we have to do? Bossman has yet to wake up yet. There's war games. Oh, our team battleground. We should now have. Yes, we can now get static rewards from Team Battleground. So we will need to start some Team Battlegrounds. That'll be something exciting to do later. I don't think we need those. Okay, I'm just going to dust a whole load of these. Just to make some space for the new tier. And we'll keep the pros. That should give me, I think, 2 rare to draft picks. J King says, also did they lower the points to 5k instead of 6? I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to. Daniel Miner says, probably going to be a mini tier to get us draw a rumble. That's what I suspect. I think this is just a sort of stopgap. Austin says there has to be a way to get the toys. These game modes are horrible for free-to-play players. I still think the first toy for Naughty and I still need the first toy for Naughty and the second tier toy for Nice. J King says, I mean, Super Showdown wasn't at 6,000 points beforehand. Let me check. Super Showdown? Nope, that's leaks. You are indeed correct. It's only 5,000 that we need now to get those two Baileys. And the milestones reset in 41 days. So that means we should have 41 days of this. So 41 days and 20 hours. Let's do some maths here. That means that we should reasonably be able to work out when Royal Rumble tier is happening. So 42 days from now, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. So it looks like it's probably going to be January 28th, Wednesday the 28th of January is when we're going to get the Royal Rumble tier. I think that's what we're going for, which is actually a longer tier than I expected. Because that'll be 6 weeks. So that'll be 6 weeks of static tier, which is interesting because we only had adventure tier for, I think, about 6 weeks, if not 5. Now, what does Battle Pass say? Battle Pass also says 41 days, so I think that's also when that ends. Let's take a look at campaign mode, and we'll take a look at the reward, which ends in 41 days and 21 hours. So it looks like we're getting one Battle Pass a tier now. It looks like the rewards are going to last for 6 weeks. Daniel Mayer says, not everything should be easy to get free to play. It should still be obtainable, I would say. Daniel Mayer says, one Battle Pass tier though. Yes, it seems like that's what we're now on. One Battle Pass per tier. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the stream very briefly. We'll be back in literally a few minutes, but I'm going to go onto the web store and I'm going to see what was mentioned earlier in the stream, that apparently you can get the Ilya Dragunov that we didn't get in the web store. So I'll be back in just a second, folks. All right, folks, we are now here in the web store. You can see that I am in the daily streak. We've just got our third reward here, which is Venture. We still don't know what the final reward is. It's still a mystery Season 12 reward. It's going to give us 500 backstage tokens. We're on track. We've got 3 of the 8 rewards claimed. But if we go over here into backstage, you can see there's the Ethan Page, there's Blake Monroe, and so on and so forth. But if we scroll down, there's a backstage superstar that you can get one random static for 3,000 points. But for 3,000 points, you can get an Ilya Dragunov, and you're allowed to get 5 of them. So we are going to pay 3,000 for one of these. And I think hopefully one is all we need. I think it's crazy that you're allowed to buy up to 5 of them. But there we are. Okay, we've got it. And now let's go back to the actual game. All right, here we are. So those rewards should be coming into our mailbox up here. So there's our daily streak. He's going to give us Umaga, or as William Regal will call him, Umanga. And our backstage reward, 300 super coins. And there is an Ilya Dragunov with the United States Championship over his shoulder, which is what we wanted, which is absolutely awesome. Oh, we've also got quite a lot here. So there's a gift card here from Brian, so thank you, Brian, which has given us an Adventure Shawn Michaels, which is very, very cool of you. Thank you very much for that, Brian. I really appreciate that. And let's go ahead and grab some of these as well. So we did manage to get to rank 19 in our league, which means that we should still be on Platinum, which is what we were aiming for. That's going to give us a rare to draft pick as well. And there's a million beagles, William Regal himself. Objective complete card collector. Oh, right. That's the one for getting adventure and higher tier cards. We've got 3 rare to draft picks here. Brian, if you are in the stream or if you're on my Discord server, if you could let yourself be known, I would like to give you a personal thank you for sending me that little reward. And let's go ahead and dust 3 of these Rio and these 2 Diesels we don't need. Daniel Meyer says it's supposedly a special edition AAA card. That would be very, very cool. And I hope that it is Mr. Iguana. I think that would be very, very cool indeed. Let's see here. What else was I going to do? I was going to go over here. I'm going to go ahead and edit the team. I'm going to change that champ to Ilya and save changes. And that's going to really confuse anyone that doesn't know that the Ilya Dragunov is available in the web store. They're going to be like, yo, how the hell did you get that card? So let's go ahead and level that Ilya Dragunov up. I don't even know if... So this one, it does have the little star here saying that it can be pro'd. And if we compare that to the AJ Styles, wherever he is... Hey guys, if you see the AJ Styles, let me know. Because I suspect I probably went past it a couple of times. There he is. This one only has 1 star here on the right-hand side. So I think that this might not be the same kind of style of card. It's just a kind of special edition, but it does give you the belt over the shoulder, which is what we were looking for. Then we're going to go for this, and we're going to go for a regular ignition card. So there we go. So the Ilya Dragunov at level 100 has 190,000 in toughness, 207,000 power, 223,000.1 in speed, and 211,800 in charisma. Should really have said the speed and charisma the other way around. I thought it was, but it wasn't. Dynamite says 2 down arrows. J King says they turn them into a regular event level card. I believe they have. I think that's what they've done. Because that does seem to be... It's only slightly stronger than our Yokozuna here. And it's just a little bit weaker than our Blake Monroe backstage card. So that's really interesting. The Adventure backstage Blake Monroe is actually stronger than the Ilya Dragunov. J King says, still an amazing idea nonetheless. I absolutely agree. I'm really, really happy that they gave us that. Oh, I've received a gift pack from a friend in my mailbox. Let's see who that is. And I shall give you a proper shout out and a thank you. This is from Big Scotty. Thank you very much, Big Scotty. Let's see what our pack is. It is a Sean Spears. So thank you for that, Big Scotty. That is very, very much appreciated. That's very, very cool of you. Thank you for that, Big Scotty. That is very, very nice. Let's see here. If I go to recent and I go to adventure cards, we did get this CM Punk. So we've got a present here, and I'm going to click pass. And who am I going to give this to? I'll tell you what, I'm going to roll a dice. I'm going to find a random number generator, and then we are going to give this away as fairly as I can. Actually, do I have a better way? Okay, guys, I have a more fun idea. How about a little quiz chat? How about a wrestling quiz? And whoever answers can get this prize. You can tell me your name or your ID, and I will type it in, and I shall give you this little reward here. So I just need to think of a good question. I have an excellent question. All right, folks, are you all ready on your buzzers? It's going to be the first one to type in the chat that gives us the correct answer. Diamond says 42 is the answer to life and the meaning of the universe and everything. But unfortunately, it's not the answer to this. Okay, if you're all ready, I'm going to ask you for a wrestler's name. And it's going to be, the wrestler's name is going to be the answer to this question. And whoever gets it first, whoever comes up first on the chat is going to get this reward. So my question to you folks is, if you are a long-time watcher of the Big Ol' Grand Cat, you should know the answer to this. But who is the Grand Cat's favourite wrestler of all time? That is the question that I have for each and every one of you. Who is the Grand Cat's most favourite wrestler? The first one to correctly type the answer. It is not Undertaker. It certainly isn't Axiom. It is not Drew McIntyre either. Well, Drew's certainly up there. It's going to take a true fan of the Grand Cat, or you can just keep guessing. It is not Cena. Keep guessing, folks. You'll find it eventually. Larry says Hulk Hogan. Well, he's a really good wrestler, but he's not the top one. It is not Ray. It's not Stone Cold. It's not Shawn Michaels. It is Triple H. Larry Mercer. You have won. Congratulations, Larry. It's not the Hurricane. It's not Eddie Guerrero. Larry, what is your in-game name? Ernest the Cat Miller. He is the only person to, well, I mean, there was the Bearcat Keith Lee, but Yes, unfortunately, Ernest Miller was absolutely terrible. Everything Tottenham also gets Triple H. Triple H is correct, but Larry got there before you. Larry, what is your in-game name? You have won yourself this prize, and I shall send it to you right here on stream. Tell me your in-game name, and I shall find you, and I shall send it to you. Daniel Miner says, GG, Larry. Congratulations, Larry. So we're just waiting for Larry to give us his name. I prefer your name rather than your ID. You shouldn't really go sharing your ID. Certainly not on a live stream like one like this. Larry says, "Thank you. My in-game name is Larry with a Tatum. I think that's Tatum Paxley image profile. So it's literally just Larry. Oh my goodness. There's going to be a lot of Larrys here. Hopefully you'll be able to find your one. There was no one with the name Larry. Larry, are you absolutely sure this is your in-game name? It says that there are. Oh no! Do I need to be following you? Oh no! Oh crap! Um. So. Oh no! Am I not allowed to? Surely there must be. Okay, right, if I click back on this, do I still have the present? Okay, thankfully the present doesn't disappear. Right, let's go ahead and we will follow Larry very, very briefly so that we can send him this present. Okay, Larry, I'm guessing it's one of these two here that is you with Tatum Paxley. Are you in the team with Alexis Bliss? Larry says he is adventure tier. Both of these are adventure tier. We're going to need a little bit more information than that, Larry, if you still want this reward. You have earned it after all. Larry says the team I'm on is called Alexis Bliss. Okay, I presume this is Larry. So I am now following Larry. You can go ahead and screenshot that, Larry. The Grand Cat himself is following you. I will be unfollowing you after I give you this reward. Unfortunately, there's a limit to how many people that you can follow, but this is purely for the sake of giving you this reward that you have earned. Let's pass this on to Larry. It's also really, really surprising that the CM Punk reward is being given to Larry. Larry, of course, a very, very important name to CM Punk. And there you go. Congratulations, Larry. Please let me know what it is that you get from that reward in the comment section. I am very, very interested in finding out. And I now need to go back to social, go back to follow, and I'm going to unfollow Larry. As much as I would like to follow everyone, unfortunately, there is a limit to how many people you're allowed to follow, so I only follow a very, very small amount. Larry Mercer says, "Thank you, Grandcat. Thank you very much, Larry. Hopefully, I have earned a subscribe." The more members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet we have, the better. The more giveaways I can do. Of course, that giveaway there was free, but I can also give away battle passes and such. And speaking of giving away battle passes, I think I might be generous enough to give away a Battle Pass Logan Paul on Christmas. Yes, maybe it will be on Christmas Day, maybe it will be on Christmas Eve, maybe it will be on Boxing Day. I'm not exactly sure. I never plan these things ahead of time, but I would like to give away one Battle Pass to one special person. I don't know how I'm going to give it away. Larry Mercer says, "Thank you, I got Moose. Moose? Omos." Larry says, "I got Omos." Okay, the M and the O were the wrong way around. So it was an adventure tier Omos. Congratulations, you earned that, Larry. Well done on that guess of the game, Triple H. Now, of course, I know he's not the most popular person at the moment after John Cena's retirement match, but he is still among my favourite. He is, I think, arguably the greatest heel in all of wrestling. And I think many people would agree with me. Let's, how about for fun? Let's play some campaign mode, shall we? Let's see if we can get ourselves to the first milestone reward, which will give us another static card from here. So let's see. How are we getting on? Let's just jump into it, shall we? We're against Ivy Nile. A static Ivy Nile. Okay, so the first one is a tag speed. Oh, it's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That is, of course, DIY. Next one is a female charisma, which is going to be Tiffany Stratton. It is indeed Tiffy time, taking it to Bianca Belair. And then it's going to be power. Well, I think the Unseen 17 greatest of all time, John Cena, should be able to take out Jimmy Uso. So we're off to a strong start here. Also, anyone that's not completed the previous campaign mode, can you let me know if you're allowed to jump in campaign mode or not? At one time you had to complete the previous campaign mode before you're allowed to start on this one, but I think that they may have changed things up. I think you might just be allowed to go for whatever one you feel like. So the first tier of campaign, you are pretty much just given a freebie. It's nice and easy. Okay, Austin Casey says you have to complete all the campaigns to do mid-card. That's interesting, because you didn't need to complete the previous campaign in order to get onto the previous one. Now, let's go ahead and claim these. I just totally forgot about this. Okay, so we got 2 naughty and 2 nice tokens. I don't know if we're going to be able to get anything more than that. Of course, do get 10 naughty tokens from this one. It looks like both of those can be done twice. We are certainly just going to continue going through campaign mode here. Certainly for this first tier, I can do it without even really looking at the screen. But the further we go, the harder it's going to get. But this will give us a free static card of some kind. And we now have 41 days to complete campaign mode and get that Batista. We're now on toughness and speed. These two don't even tag with each other. Kiana James and Chelsea Green. I think the tribal chief should be able to handle Aleister Black. And then a tag team of toughness. We'll go with John Cena and Ethan Page. Everything Tottenham says, did you manage to get the free card from Boom or Super Showdown rewards? I managed to get a Soul Ruka before it kicked me out. Yeah, we actually got the Bailey, but I didn't think it was actually going to give it to us. I thought Or if it was going to give it to us, I thought that everyone would just have access to everything from Super Showdown. So we did get, if I show you here, we did get the Super Showdown Bailey. We only got one of it, and then it kicked me out, and then we got put back. But with Boom, it said that we had got all of the rewards. It said that we had fully completed it, but that we had claimed everything. So I wasn't able to get the EOS guy. I was thinking, oh, well, that's not correct. And then I won one game, and it gave me 72,000 points. And then it kept putting me back here, and it put me back on 0 points. So I think there's a lot of glitches going on. I don't know if we're going to get to keep the cards. I suspect probably not. I suspect that the other thing I thought was because we'd completed Super Showdown, I thought maybe that you get to keep the points. You know, like you've earned 6,000 points in Super Showdown, here's new rewards, that kind of thing. And maybe when we go into Royal Rumble tier, you know, you're going to need 10,000 points or whatever. But it seems that they just reset it. So honestly, I am just as confused as you guys are. I don't think I was supposed to have that Bailey. Certainly not with Super Showdown. But we have it. I don't know if we'll get to keep it. It certainly seems like a mistake made by the development team. And it seems like something that they fixed pretty quickly. Larry says, one time the game let me claim a card that I wasn't supposed to claim. Well, that happened to me as well. I mean, there's a difference between the game giving you something and taking advantage of a glitch, you know, to benefit yourself. So, I think, you know, we've got lucky, and, you know, we shall see whether we're allowed to keep it or whether W Supercard say, hey, you're not supposed to have that, and take it back off people. Sometimes it can be in a manner befitting Monopoly. Sometimes there's a bank error that's in your favour and you get a bit of a windfall. It's personally never happened to me before. And also I think this is the first time it's actually happened to me on W Supercard as well. But there certainly have been a lot worse mistakes made by W Supercard, particularly one where you're able to claim a free pack infinitely, and then they took the pack off, and then they didn't allow anyone else to get it. So you had this very small handful of people that had claimed this pack hundreds of times, and then you had this other half of people that didn't get the pack even once. So that was a problem because that made a huge imbalance. Now, we'll be trying to complete Super Showdown again. And the thing is that from Super Showdown, you can pull the Bailey, so having an F1 Bailey is not entirely out of the question. So it's not like having an F1 of an event card that you're not supposed to have access to more than 2. So we shall just need to see. We shall need to see what the higher powers say. And we're now on to our first boss. Or at least we would be if we didn't have some draft picks to get rid of first of all. We have cleared some space, so we should be able to get these out of the way. Everything Tottenham says, a lot of people got all the rewards. A lot of people got all of the rewards, really? That's really surprising. Or some. Do you think they will say that is unfair and take them back? They have a massive advantage. I honestly don't know. It is entirely up to the powers that be at the top of W Supercard. I am a cat on the internet. I know that people listen to me, but I don't have any power with W Supercard. Oh, just got a reset there. Let's go ahead and claim that. Oh, right, sorry. I thought this was part of the naughty or nice thing. No, it's just part of the deal streak. Okay, that is fine. I'm just a big old cat on the internet, so unfortunately I don't have sway with any of the higher powers. It is up to them. We shall have to leave it up to their wisdom as to whether people get to keep the cards or whether they... I mean, the thing is, I don't think anyone deliberately cheated. I think people were excited, jumped in, just like me, and clicked on the things and thought, okay, well, maybe everyone gets them. I think where it becomes unfair is if some people get them and other people don't. I think if everyone gets them, then it's fair. I think if everyone doesn't get them, then it's fair. I think there is a problem when Supercard allows some people to get something, but not everyone. Personally, if it was me, the way that I would fix it is I would make sure that everyone gets the same reward rather than taking the reward away from everyone. I think that is a better way to solve the issue. Is then everyone feels like they've got a bonus, a free gift, and the people that have already got the free gift, they don't get those because they've already got them. But that's the way that I would deal with it. But W Supercard doesn't seem to want to do that because they want you to play the game or spend credits or watch ads or some way that benefits them rather than giving you something for free. The thing is, I play other games. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links never gives me any mistakes, any cards by accident. Raid Shadow Legends never gives me any random cards like by accident or any random fighters by accident. It's just WWE Supercard. Cardfight Vanguard Zero never gave me any free things. Pocket Ninja, or was it Pocky Ninja? Can't remember, never gave me any free things. Naruto Arena never gave me any free things. Bleach Arena never gave me any free things. A whole bunch of other games that I have played. What was it? Facemons, never gave me anything for free. But Supercard seems to keep doing it. Maybe Supercard requires more intense programming. I don't know. But I think that they might, because they patched it very, very early, that they might just leave it. They might just be like, okay, hopefully, hopefully it was taken care of. But I would also completely understand if they took the cards off of people, although there would need to be some kind of system in place to determine who got the cards, who didn't, and who was lucky enough to get them off of. Because the thing is, if you play through Super Showdown, I'm going to show you this just now. You can see that from not from there. Where does it tell you the rewards? The round rewards, yeah. So if you were like to get up to like round 10, you've got a bonus chance at the Soul Ruka. If you get to like round 14, you've got a bonus chance at the Bailey. So I think if someone were to get up to round 14, get the Bailey, and get lucky enough to get the Bailey from there, or round 15, then if they just remove Bailey from everyone's thing, and if someone legitimately got one, that person would be very, very annoyed. So I think it's a very, very tricky thing to determine who got the Bailey and how they got the Bailey and how to remove them. So they're in a tough position, is what I would say. Let's go. You stink of defeat. How dare! Very rude, Ivy Nile. Very rude indeed. I am going to have to win for such rudeness. I will not accept such rudeness, saying that I stink of defeat. Whoa. Very rude. As we've got a tag team of speed. Well, our two snow globes are going to take care of that. Ethan Page and Sami Zayn. Against Julius Creed and Nathan Fraser. And next up is Speed. Well, Tiffany Stratton is going to take out Candice LeRae. Wait, so Ivy Nile herself didn't fight? I thought that the last match was going to be Ivy Nile. I gotta keep up. Yes, you do. You didn't even fight. Hang on, I need to look at that Ivy Nile deck a second. So, yeah, there's the Creed brothers, Brutus Creed and Julius Creed. Nathan Fraser and Roman Reigns are in here for some reason. But yeah, there's Ivy Nile right there, and she sent out Candice LeRae instead. Unbelievable. Okay, let's go ahead and claim our first milestone reward. Holy crap, we got Ivy Nile! There's Ivy Nile! That is incredible. Oh, no, I'm going to wait for the chat to disappear and then go and take that screenshot once again. There we are. Daniel Mayer says, people only got whatever the first reward they touched was. Oh, right. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's what happened to me as well. Daniel Mayer says, so nobody got all the event rewards. Bulgarian says, hey guys, first time I've caught a live stream. Hope you're all well. Daniel Mayer says, welcome, Bob. Yes, welcome, Bob, indeed. Thank you for coming along to my live stream. I appreciate every single member of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet that come along to my live stream. And if you are not a part of the Grand Fleet, you can become one simply by clicking that subscribe button. That is all that is required. The Grand Cat Grand Fleet is currently 7,590 people strong. We are approaching that 7,500, that 7,600. That would be nice to get before Christmas. And hopefully the Grand Cat Grand Fleet will continue to expand and improve. It goes worldwide, actually. Now, can we complete the second one without using any equipment? That it would be an interesting decision. Be an interesting choice. We're going to be up against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Okay, so our first match is Charisma. We'll use a big match John Cena here. Now that we know everything is right arrows, we can put some momentum on these right arrows as well. Oh, maybe they're not all right arrows because there's Rhea Ripley and she's left arrow. So this must be left and right arrows then. Just to make sure. I think I made the right move there. Okay, so I suspect this is all left and right arrows. Yes, it is. Okay. So let's go to our leagues and we'll go to momentum. And let's see here, who do we want for left and right arrows? Let's look at females first of all. I think it's going to be Rhea and it's going to be Stephanie Vacour. And then males. Joe Hendry, John Cena, The Rock. Those all make sense. Yeah, I think we might go with that. Let's try that. Reaper says, is there a Battle Pass giveaway coming? He screams at the top of his voice. And Reaper, I say to you, yes. Yes, there is. It shall be, but not in this stream. It shall be coming at some point over Christmas. I'll be doing another live stream and I'll be giving away a Battle Pass there, whether it be on Christmas Day, whether it be Boxing Day, or perhaps Christmas Eve. I will think of some way to give away And I will make someone's Christmas a little bit extra special with the megastar Logan Paul Battle Pass giveaway. Daniel Mayer says, yes, around the 25th. Now, I might do it on Christmas Day, but Christmas Day, I may be busy. And if I'm aware I'm going to be busy on Christmas Day, I might do it on the 24th, which would be Christmas Eve. Or, if I'm not aware, and I'm busy on Christmas Day, maybe I've had too much eggnog, or whatever, then maybe it'll happen the day after, maybe it'll be on Boxing Day. It could even be as late as the 27th, depending on how lazy big old Grandcat is and how long I sleep in for. So the only way to know is to, first of all, make sure that you are subscribed, and then secondly, make sure that you've got those notification icons turned on, and third, if you come along to my Discord server, which there is a link to in the description of this video, then you will also get to talk to the big old Grandcat there, and you'll also get to see when live streams go up. Reaper says, I hope the luck comes my way. Honestly, I haven't decided how I'm going to give away the Battle Pass. Whether it's going to be a random draw, whether it's going to be a quiz, whether it's going to be a reward for someone doing something. I genuinely have not thought any further about it, other than that I would like to give away a Battle Pass to one of my Grandcat Grand Fleet members this Christmas. That's literally as far as I thought, so... And Daniel Manor says, Jake Paul wants to come manage Logan and possibly tag with him. Well, I think Jake Paul has a boxing match coming up soon, so I think he's maybe going to be focusing on that first. But I have also heard the rumblings, I've heard the rumors of Jake Paul wanting to be a part of WWE. I also heard a rumor that supposedly, and take this with a pinch of salt, that supposedly Austin Theory was doing the masked man gimmick so that if Jake Paul wanted to come along, that it could be like he could unmask as the masked man, so that it would have been Jake Paul that helped out in the War Games. But it seems that they decided to pull the trigger and reveal that it was Austin Theory ahead of time, since a lot of people had already guessed that it was Austin Theory. Daniel Mayer says, Messiah and I nominate ourselves. Is that you nominating yourselves for the free battle pass? Just like we nominate ourselves to obtain the free battle pass. Also, I wanted to point out, if you have already bought the battle pass and you win the battle pass, you do not necessarily need to take the Logan Paul one. You can hold off and get the battle pass at some point in the future, or you can give the battle pass to someone else. There is infinite number of ways that you could accept your prize. And if you are indeed the winner, then we can discuss in private. Daryl Mayer says, going to be worse than when Adam Cole did this in AEW. Yes, Adam Cole revealed himself to be the devil and then was immediately injured or already injured. And the storyline didn't really go anywhere, just kind of fell apart. And the thing is, like, I think that was months of the devil, interfering or whatever with MJF, and the payoff was just really, really bad. Dynamite says it's going to turn out to be Jericho all along. JT Pyro says, hello JT Pyro, I recognize you from my previous stream. Thank you for coming back along again. And I did remember how to say your name. It's JT. I believe the first time I thought it was JTP Euro. For anyone wondering what it is that we are doing right now, we are playing a little bit more of campaign mode. Since campaign has reset, we're just getting a little bit of a head start here. JT says, only got 2 static cards so far. We've got a few. I shall show you what cards it is we've got after we do this little campaign part. It's been a very, very interesting stream. And we are now on to the phenomenal one, or the phenomenal forearm, as he was once called, AJ Styles. See, there's a message there from Busman. I shall have to get that later. So you looking scared? You don't really want none. What? You don't want none? What? You don't want none? They're looking scared because they don't really want none. That's me trying to do Stone Cold impression of singing AJ Styles' theme. What? Okay, so we're starting with a tag of toughness, which Sami Zayn and Jacob Fatu are going to try their best at that one. Oh, that might be a little bit more than what we've got. No, we still won. Okay. It was close, though. The next one is a tag team of speed. Oh, my goodness. Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vacour are going to try and win this one. Okay, we do. Oh, Wendy Richter's in here. That's very awesome. And then the last one is going to be a tag match against the phenomenal AJ Styles and I'm presuming Dragon Lee. Exactly as I suspected. Yes, don't forget this is the house that AJ Styles built. So we managed to beat the first 2 campaign bosses in this stream. And let's go ahead and claim our second campaign reward, which is going to be a Kiana James. And she comes already at level 100 with her 100 matches. And she has 210,000 in charisma, 226,000 in 0.2 in speed, 266.3 thousand in toughness, and 266.7 thousand in power. I think that's actually a really good image for Kiana James as well. It's her most modern, up-to-date one. The next one is going to give me a pro of a static, and it's also going to give us a random static support as well. Now, in order to get that, we shall have to use down arrows, and I think we're maybe going to get into the more difficult parts here. You can see that the opponent's cards are now all reaching that 350,000 plus status. So this is the point where we may immediately need to be relying on equipment. So of course we're going to use Tiffany Stratton. We're going to need another female, which is probably going to be Asuka, Penta, LA Knight, and then it looks like their next best one is probably going to be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And we have reached the maximum number of draft picks here, so we're just going to have to get rid of a few of these before we're allowed to continue. JT says, do you think that Batista being the campaign reward was a good idea, or would you have wanted someone else? Am I right in thinking that Batista is going into the Hall of Fame this year? I think if he is, that's maybe the reason why they've went for him. I mean, the other suggestions that I had heard, the other rumours that were flying around, was John Cena being the campaign limited edition card, but we did just get the limited edition John Cena So I think that it might have been a bit too early for that. I also heard rumors of someone new, such as Javon Evans or Mr. Iguana, but I think that was just people hoping more than anything else. I don't think Batista's a bad idea. I really liked the Gunther in the previous one because Gunther was right up there in the main event because he was taking on John Cena in his last match. I'm not sure who I would have preferred over Batista. I think Batista's an interesting choice. But yeah, there's our Super Showdown Bailey for anyone that missed it earlier. When we went into Super Showdown, it said that we had. It said that we had. Nope. My goodness. When we went to Super Showdown earlier, it said that we had all of the rewards, and I clicked on the Bailey, and it just gave us it. So I thought that we were just going to get all of them, or like everyone was going to get all of them. I went into Boom, and it said that we had all of the rewards, but it said that we'd already claimed them, so we weren't allowed to get them. And then I completed one game of Boom, and it put me back down to 0 points from where I was before. So there certainly does seem to be some glitches going on here. Leagues seems to be fine. Crack the Case was fine. The campaign seems to be fine. Oh, it looks like we have been given the Battle Pass. Although the message never came up. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and claim this. Okay, just in case it had evolved. It hadn't. So I suspect that's from Big Boss Man, so thank you very much if it was Big Boss Man. And let's go ahead and claim our Battle Pass here. So of course we get all the rewards. And Ayo! He's so humble. How can he be so good looking and still humble? How can he do all this? He's still humble. He's still humble. Ayo! There he is. The Maverick himself. The master of the frog splash. The master of going viral. Of the pulverizer. Of the buckshot lariat. Of the one lucky punch. I think the only thing that the Logan Paul is missing is a submission. I think if you had a submission finisher, like that would be like the only thing that he would still be missing. But that Logan Paul is going to be fantastic when he is prod. Got 25 draft picks there. I'm going to leave those draft picks for just now. We don't need them. JT says the Humbler should be a submission name. Oh my god, yes. He should take the camel clutch from the Iron Sheik because the Iron Sheik kept going on about how he would humble his opponents, that he would humble Hulk Hogan, that he would humble all these other people. Patouille, as the Iron Sheik would say. And oh my god, if Logan Paul stole that, he could call it the Humbler. He's going to make people humble. He's going to make them as humble as he is. Oh my goodness, it writes itself. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. It's reasons like that that I like Logan Paul. As a person, Logan Paul has done some very questionable things, particularly in Japan, which I don't think anyone was a fan of. But as a heel in WWE, he is certainly one of the top, one of the top younger guys in the business. And now that he's aligned with Vision, with Paul Heyman, he's getting into that main event slot. So I think earlier Logan Paul was pushed into a main event slot that he didn't really belong in. But I think he's worked his way up to it. I think like in his second or third match, he had a match against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, or the UWU as it's known. And then he got that heel run with the United States Championship, which I think he did a pretty good job of. I think one of the things that Logan Paul does that really annoys people is he takes time off. He's a part-timer. But if he continues to be there week in, week out alongside the Vision, I think he is going to be one of the main guys in WWE for a long, long time, for as long as he wants to be there. Jake Paul, I don't know if he's going to quite cut the mustard the same way that Logan does, but personally, I quite like Logan Paul as a wrestler. Big Boss Man says PCC Ilya available from backstage. If you did not know, actually yes, indeed, Bossman, I did know, and we have got him. There he is. There is our Ilya Dragunov from PCC, which is really really cool. Big Boss Man says hi. Hello, Big Boss Man. JT says Logan is so good in WWE. Big Boss Man says Logan Paul. Big Boss Man is not a fan of Logan Paul. JT says, how do you feel about Tia Hale winning the NXT Women's North American Championship? I watched it, and it certainly does seem like it was a botch. However, I think Tia Hale played it off fantastically. She looked like, obviously, when the 3 count happens, she's obviously like, oh my god, a mistake has been made. And then she goes into, oh my god, I won the North American Championship. Oh my god, I got so lucky. Yes, and I think that she recovered really, really well from that. I think Blake Monroe was visibly very, very angry. I suspect that when they got into the back, they probably had some choice words for that referee. In the wise words of Cody Rhodes, that referee was trying to fork on me. And you can clearly see that Blake Monroe had her arm up, and the referee still counted 3 anyway. So I don't know what that referee was doing. But Blake Monroe sold it really, really well. She looked visibly annoyed. She probably genuinely was. And Thea Hale sold it really, really well. Ad-libbing and going, oh my god, I won the North American Championship. Obviously, she was not supposed to. I suspect that this has happened a couple of times before in the past, where someone has accidentally won a championship that they weren't supposed to, and they have pretty much had a title rematch and then just given the belt right back. So maybe something like that will happen. Maybe they will take advantage of this mistake, this missed opportunity, and they'll allow Tia Hale to have the championship for a little while. I'm not entirely sure. We shall have to see where it goes. Daniel says, Dom is the best. Are you even allowed to go to Japan? Yes, that is an incredible comment by Dominic. Dynamite says Thea wasn't supposed to win the title for at least another month, screwed up several people's creative. JT says not another Tatum Paxley situation. I don't think Tatum Paxley won the belt by accident. I think that was planned. I think it was really weird that they gave the belt right back to JC Jane. I thought that maybe Tatum was going to have a different feud with the championship, but yeah, it almost feels like they decided to pull the trigger on Tatum Paxley and then rolled back almost immediately. It's like, oh, actually, you know what? This is maybe not a good idea. It was a really, really strange creative decision, but it's one that they made, and well, there we are. Um, yeah, JT says, I mean, losing it in the next match. Yes, I do completely agree with you on that one. Let's go ahead and level up our Logan Paul, shall we? The Maverick. What we're going to do is we're going to put him into the Performance Center here. So I think we're just going to use this one. So he still has a little bit to go. Is this enough? Still a little bit more. That is enough indeed. And there we are. There's Logan Paul. So Logan Paul at level 100 with no matches, with no variants, he has 235.6 thousand in toughness, 264.1 thousand in power, 287.8 thousand in charisma, and 303.3 thousand in speed. Now, the last time with our Battle Pass, what we did was we used credits and we skipped through all the rest of these. So, I mean, the initial milestones are quite cheap. They get more expensive the higher up you go. But of course, the reason that I did that was because we had 4 tiers at the same time, and getting that Pro Rock was insanely powerful. I'm not sure I'm going to do the same with Logan Paul right now. Another thing I want to check is the Adventure Pack seems to have disappeared. I was really, really hoping that there would be a static pack that would appear, but it seemed that it has not. Also, I was thinking if the adventure pack was still here, I would probably have bought it just to get the credits, but I wanted to see if a static pack would show up in its place first of all, and if it didn't, I was going to buy the adventure pack. So the fact that the adventure pack and the static pack aren't here really just means that WWE from me, because I was holding off on spending that money until the new tier happened, and then I was going to pay it. So, I mean, I still have plenty of credits. I didn't really need the credits. I don't really need the adventurer supports either, but I was still going to buy it regardless. And it just seems like WWE Supercard has just left some money on the table there. I think that was a mistake by them. Maybe the adventure pack will come back. I don't know. I suspect that I'm not the only one in that scenario. Generally, when I am thinking about something or I'm doing something, there's generally another group of people that are all saying, they're all thinking the same thing, but not speaking. So that's why I say I'm the cat of the catless. I'm not exactly the voice of the voiceless like CM Punk, but I am the cat to all of the catless out there. And even if you do have a cat, I'm still your big old grand cat, as opposed to your very wonderful family member cats that you may have. Let's see here. We've got some more comments. GT says, I was surprised when my first card was Jade because I've had a really hard time getting females in the game. Lincoln Wyman says, yo, I want one static card. I'm sure you'll get one. You'll probably get significantly more than one static card, if I'm honest with you. JT says, I wondered what the reward is for the end of the week. Well, there has been rumours that it may be some kind of special edition AAA card, and the rumour is it may be some kind of static backstage Mr. Iguana, possibly, because I'm not sure. Lincoln says, if it's a limited edition Cena, I missed a day. I'm going to be so man, I don't have it. GT says, Mr. Iguana? Yes. Yes, indeed. That is the rumour that I have heard. Although, take it with a pinch of salt, because sometimes the rumour is just based on what people want rather than any actual proper information. So, it's possible, but is it likely? It could be. It would be an intelligent move by WWE Supercard, or it could be something entirely different. Maybe it's going to be something Santa related. Maybe it's going to be Naughty or Nice related. Maybe it's going to be a support instead. But we don't know. We honestly don't know. There's only been rumours that it's going to be a AAA card. And if it is a AAA card, the AAA card that would make most sense to me would be Mr. Iguana. JT says, watch it be Iguana support or equipment. I wouldn't mind that. Everything Tottenham says, is Ilya Dragunov worth getting from backstage? Well, I can show you and you can make your own decision. If we go to adventure cards, and I'm just going to go to general, here you can see there is the stats of Ilya Dragunov. you can see that he's actually just a little bit weaker than the backstage Blake Monroe card, and he's just a little bit stronger than our adventurer Yokozuna card. He is, of course, significantly weaker than Roxanne Perez and JBL, and even the Ron Cena has a few matches on him, so that makes sense with that one. The Soldrika is slightly higher as well, and of course, any pro, or in this case, our F3 Thea Hale is significantly stronger than Ilya Dragunov. So if you did want to use Ilya Dragunov as an actual card, you'd probably need to make a pro of him. And even that I would recommend against, because if we compare our Ilya Dragunov to any static card, you can see that a static card has significantly higher stats. So I think it would be more in your favor to get a couple of static cards rather than to get the pro Ilya Dragunov. And also, if you are on static tier, remember that you can just go into your card catalog, go into static, and then you can forge whatever it is you want. Speaking of, is there a Joe Hendry in here? Nope, there is not. If there was a Joe Hendry, I would have considered making him, if for no other reason than the electric guitar game, but also he is the local hero from here in Scotland, and that would have been a nice thing to have. There is an AJ Styles, that is not a bad idea. There is also a... Now, I was about to say, there is a Cody Rhodes here, and I don't know why it's not showing up, but that's because it is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. There you can see him down there. There's also a big old Stone Cold son, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldog, The Miz, Wendy Richter, the Ultimate Warrior, Triple H. Triple H? Oh, I didn't know there was a Triple H. Well, now that is interesting. Although I'm pretty sure that Triple H is up arrow, as is our Logan Paul. So, I'm not quite as sure that I need that one. We do have a lot of forging crystals, though. Costs 432 and costs 4,500 credits. That's damn tempting. Although it makes more sense to go after some of the female ones, like Tatum Paxley, Tiffany Stratton, Zelina Vega, Wendy Richter, Liv Morgan, maybe a pro of Kiana James. But what we should do is let's continue in campaign mode, and let's get our first static pro. Or at least we'll try and get our first static pro. We'll see if we're able to beat these without using any supports. Lincoln says, Roman, I want to see it, please. I can actually show you the Roman because we've already seen him in campaign mode. So I will show you that in just a second. JT says, maybe Jade Cargill, since she is a champion. GT says, say her name and she will appear. That is, of course, Thea Hale. No, I wasn't even paying attention there. Did we win that first game? And go ahead and use this here. There, Tiffany Stratton. Oh, that might be more than us. It was. That's a problem. Well, we did get 2 stars there. So it looks like we do need to put some toughness equipment on Tiffany. But I did say that I would show off the Roman Reigns. And there is what the Roman Reigns static card looks like. There he is wearing the original Tribal Chief t-shirt. So if that is what you are looking for, there he is. Now, did I just see a Triple H there? Oh, so there's our Triple H. It is the old school Triple H with the long hair. Also, he is not a right arrow, so that is lies. I wonder why Triple H was in there with AJ Styles. I mean, I understand AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, of course, they were a tag team. Chelsea Green and Wendy Richter, also a strange choice. But Triple H and 1, 2, 3 Kid? Don't really associate them with AJ Styles. Let's swap this out here with a toughness equipment. And I think if we do that, we should be able to win. Corey says, boo, Triple H. I think Corey there is in the majority of people. GT says, Gunther is now the Goat Slayer. I think it's actually a really good storyline that Gunther has, especially if he starts eliminating all of the old legends. I mean, he beat Goldberg in his last match. He beat John Cena in his last match. Looks like Gunther might be looking to retire Brock Lesnar, might be looking to retire Randy Orton. He may be looking to retire The Miz. He may be looking to retire Sheamus. He may be looking to retire R-Truth. There is a lot of people that he could be retiring. He could be the last match of. And we could see the point where Gunther takes on the moniker of the real legend killer, similar to the storyline that Randy Orton had before. I could see that certainly being a scenario. This is also toughness and speed. Interesting. Everything Tottenham says, if you don't get the horse present, can you not get any further rewards from the nice packs? Is it only lights out? I can't seem to get it. I'm in the exact same position as you, Everything Tottenham. I have spent 1900 credits on lights out every single freaking day with the exception of the first day, and I've still not got that Dragon Lee horse yet. It is an absolute pain. So that is a massive, massive issue. JT says, I love it, especially when he can pour salt into the wound on Monday Night Raw. G says, he is probably going to retire AJ, and I don't want that to happen. Very, very possible. Cody says, he might be fighting AJ Styles next. Lincoln says, hi. Hello, Lincoln. GT says, lights out is so bad. Yes, it is. Oh. Lincoln says, I just subbed. Oh, thank you, Lincoln. Lincoln is a brand new member of his Grand Cat Grand Fleet. Thank you very much. That's very, very cool. I appreciate every single member that clicks that subscribe button and joins the big old Grand Cat in his Grand Cat Grand Fleet. JT says, why couldn't it be Puzzle or something better? Cody says, I'm missing that horse too. Yes, it is a massive, massive problem. Let's go ahead and I think we're going to use Cody here. He's got 328,000 in toughness. All right, that is not enough. We're going to have to put some toughness equipment on him if he wants to win that one. We're going to do speed. Oh, we might still win. We do. Okay, that's very interesting. Then the last one is the tag toughness. Okay, if we put some equipment on Cody, I think we can win this. Just need a decent toughness equipment. Like that one. Now if we go back in, we should be able to win this one. So this is 459. There we are with the crossroads. Then we know that Penta can win this one against Stone Cold. Then if we use the guitar here, we do win this one. Lincoln says, what are cards I can use to beat amateur campaign? If you take a look at my previous videos, I've made videos beating all the different bosses, and hopefully you can get some ideas from them. It's very, very difficult to do a video on every single match in campaign mode, because there is just so many of them, of course. But if you take a look at that stuff, hopefully something will give you an idea of how Grand Cat did it, and maybe you can come up with your own ways of doing it. Lane says, okay, thanks. You are very, very welcome. If you just look for the particular boss of the campaign, the mode that you're on, that will give you an idea of what I was using during that particular point. Okay, a tag team of speed here. Now this could be where the opponent uses the ladder, and if they do, we might need to do this again. Okay, it wasn't. So that means that the last game is going to be speed, and we're going to have to use the ladder. And we're going to use it on Tiffany Stratton here, which goes up to 559, which is enough. Lincoln says, like in the 40s and higher, it's harder for me. Oh, we've earned enough battle pass points to claim a reward. We'll maybe get that a little bit later on. I know what it is. This is the Logan Paul portrait pack. Okay, so this one is all power. Interesting. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to play the game first without any equipment. We're going to see what cards we need to put the equipment on. Okay, so the first one is female power. We've got 410 here. That's 412, which just needs a little bit more. It's annoying. But if we put some momentum on her, then that would work. The next one is a single male, which we do win. And then the last one here, we may need some equipment on these two. Oh no, we don't, actually. Okay, if we just put some equipment on Asuka, then we should win all three of them. And even at that, we were only short by, I think, 2,000. That will do. Lincoln says, I'm getting the Battle Pass for Christmas. Oh, that's wonderful, Lincoln. That's a very, very cool little prize for you, a little present. Oh my goodness. How do you say your name? Geronimo Gomez is a good Elo says, I'm going to call you Geronimo from now on. Anyone knows if the Elia of the store can be fused? Yes, it can. It 100% can. It would be absolutely garbage if you could not. However, I must warn you that the Elia of the web store is just a little bit weaker than the backstage pass cards. So it's not a true event card. So just be aware of that. I just don't want anyone going and getting it and then being disappointed once they get it. Really, the only reason I got it was for the image. Actually, the Ilya Dragunov is weaker than regular static cards. Geronimo says, can say me Nitro is worthy, or better keep the backstage tokens? I think maybe something was lost a little bit in translation there. I think what he's trying to say is it worth getting the Ilya Dragunov or is it worth keeping the backstage tokens? My suggestion would be if you want the Ilya Dragunov with the US title image over the shoulder, go ahead and get him. If you're not interested in that image, I would probably give it a miss. Lincoln says, when does the campaign start only being static? Well, part one here, we're only against static cards on mid card, but it's really when you get to about after you beat AJ Styles that everything starts being essentially pro static rewards, like start opponents, I suppose. Because this is power, speed, and charisma, so we need to take a look at this and see what the matches are. Okay, so the first one is a female charisma. Is 413 enough? It would have been if that hadn't happened. Okay, we can put some equipment on Tiffany, and she can win that. The next one is a male power, which is 445 enough. It is. And then the last one is going to be tag speed. So let's use Cody Rhodes and Penta here. Okay, so we just do the same thing again, but we put some equipment on Tiffany Stratton for charisma. Then we should be able to 3-star that one. So we need something that adds a bit of charisma. That should be more than enough charisma. Geronimo says, I get the adventure tier yesterday and not play so much. Any tip? My suggestion is to find a decent team, and from team rewards, from team ring domination and team road to glory, you will get static rewards. Also, if your team plays team battleground, you'll get the chance of getting static rewards from all of those as well. So yes, there's plenty of different ways to get static cards. Lincoln says, dang, I'm going to be stuck on that for like 5 months, starting at 19. Geronimo says, thanks, you're very welcome. So this next one is all power and charisma. Let's see how we get on here. Okay, so our first one is male charisma. Let's try Penta here. There's 385. That's 412. Okay, we're going to need a bit more charisma. Then it's a female power. Let's use Asuka here. Okay, Asuka's more than enough. Zepeto says hi. Hello, Zepeto. And then it's a tag charisma, which we may need to use a little bit more than this here. Okay, so we can win that one. So if we take this off of Tiffany Stratton, we put that over here. Actually, I'm going to look at who has equipment, because I need to take this off of Joe Hendry. This one off of Cena as well. And probably this one off of Cena as well. Okay. Now if we just go back into campaign here, just a second. I'm going to equip something better to Asuka. We'll change this to Charisma. And let's jump in with that. Drama says, oh, another question. I got 4 Tiffy, 2 pros or F2. I made an F3 of my Tiffany Stratton, but I am in static tier. It depends on what is more beneficial for you. That is the advice I have for you. GT says, me seeing that F3 prize, Chelsea Green, is my only other adventure. Is my only other than Adventure Maxine is my best up arrow. Again, you just really need to think about what is best for your deck. It's very, very difficult for someone to give advice when they don't know your deck. Well, it's very, very easy for people to give advice. It's not very, very easy for people to give good advice. I have always said, listen to advice. It is free, but do not take it unless you agree with it. JT says, well, it's for campaign. What I generally tend to do is I try to make sure that I have 4 good cards of each arrow, 4 good male right arrows, 4 good male left, 4 up, 4 down. And I make sure that I've got 2 good females of every arrow, 2 down, 2 up, 2 left, 2 right. And that is purely so that I can try and make my way through campaign mode. And now, Mira, you're about to lose, Chico. People ask how I'm doing. I say better than you. And this is all going to be power and toughness. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to change this to a guitar. And let's just jump in and see how we get on. Brian Moser says, hi, Grandcat. Hello, Brian Moser. Thank you for coming along to my little live stream. Okay, so we're starting with tag toughness. Is this enough? It is. Against the Nasty Boys. Then we have a female power. Is Asuka enough? Now, I suspect this last one's going to be toughness. And if we do this, 394, is that enough? No, not even close. We're going to have to use some equipment on Penta here. Not bad, Chico. Not bad, but not good enough. Razor Ramon, I'm going to have to use a little bit of toughness to defeat the one and only Scott Hall. And we're going to use a little bit of toughness here. Oh, this toughness is already on the American Nightmare. Okay, right. In that case, we are going to use some other toughness then. And let's try this one. JT says, I just need to get really lucky with packs and save up for a female up arrow. Remember that you can craft as well, so don't forget about that. So I think if I do this, we should win this one. I think actually I could have left the Cody Rhodes, and that would have made things easier for me. Asuka should be able to win this one. Then we'll see if this next one is good enough. So this puts us up to 471. Is 471 enough? It does indeed beat 422. And there we are, we've completed our 3rd boss in campaign mode, beating Razor Ramon. And let's go ahead and claim that reward Oh, it's Diamond Dallas Page. We already pulled a Diamond Dallas Page earlier. That's very, very cool. We also got a static manager, Zelina Vega. That is huge. That's going to help out campaign mode an incredible amount. And that's also quite a lot that went into there. So now, let's go ahead and make our first static pro, which is going to be Diamond Dallas Page. And there he is. There's our pro of the Master of the Diamond Cutter. There you can see the pro animation is him coming in from the TV static. So that is very, very cool. Now, this is from his WWE run, which was not fantastic, if I'm completely honest. I can't believe that we don't have an image of Diamond Dallas Page. Yeah, like there he is doing the diamond the diamond logo with his hands. I'm not sure what one I want to go with. You know, this looks the closest to modern day DDP. But like this looks like old school DDP. Actually, I think I might just stick with this image. I think that's actually a pretty cool image. Let's go into Performance Center now. And we'll level up our Diamond Dallas Page. We're also going to level up that Ivy Nail as well. Ivy Nail? Yes, the Ivy Nail. And we're also going to level up our Zelina Vega. That's what I meant to say. Let's use a British Bulldog here. We've got level 94. Still has a long way to go. I have to use Crush as well. So 105, is that enough? Still needs a tiny bit more. You know what? Actually, what we're going to do here is because it's just a small amount, we're going to use some draft picks. We'll use those to level up DDP. GT says, wow, very cool. GT says, Haku is such a pain for me in campaign mode. There have been some campaign bosses that I've been particularly stuck on. Okay, there we go. And now we should be able to use some of these here. And that is enough to complete our Diamond Dallas Page. So we'll take a look at him in just a moment. We're going to level up our Zelina Vega as well. Level 72. That's more than enough. And now lastly our Ivy Nail. just a tiny bit more. And there we are, done and done. So let's see here. So our Diamond Dallas page with 0 matches and 0 variants has 288.5 thousand in toughness, 302.1 thousand in power, 332,000 in speed, and 352.9 thousand in charisma. And our Zelina Vega now gives 53,000.21 power to the deck. Let's compare that to our other supports. And you can see that our F2 Zelina Vega is still just a little bit stronger at 54.76. But remember, this isn't pro'd yet. This is just a single 53.21. So those are huge, huge stats. And you can see that our Sensational Sherry is... Where is our other Sensational Sherry? Oh, there she is. We never got a pro of that Sensational Sherry. So this one is significantly stronger. Wow, that is quite a difference, I would say. Right, let's take a look at what the next arrow in campaign was. It's all up arrows this time. Up arrows are a little bit tricky. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at equipment, and we're going to detach all. Okay, so it's only Gunther who is still training up these boots, and our Soul Ruka who is still training up this t-shirt that still have equipment on them. And of course it's all up arrows, so if we go into leagues here, we go into momentum and change this to up arrows. So we're going to need 2 females, which are going to be Maxine Dupree and Izzy Dame. And then, of course, we're going to have Roman Reigns in here. And it looks like Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero are our next strongest ones. Unfortunately, we don't have any other special up arrows, I don't think. Actually, it just occurred to me, I'm pretty sure that Soul Ruka is an up arrow. No, she's down arrow, dang. Although Logan Paul is an up arrow, so if we do run into problems, we can start using that Logan Paul. That's maybe not a horrible idea. Actually, it just occurred to me. Yes, we can indeed fortify our Shawn Michaels into an F3, thanks to Brian from earlier for that little prize that he gave us. Which again was very, very generous of you. That should help a little bit. Okay, so this first one is all toughness and charisma. Although you can see that the stats are beginning to get a bit crazy. Look at that Roman Reigns with 487.8 thousand in power and 459.5 thousand in toughness. So we're getting to that point where we're relying on equipment and supports to try and get through these next few milestones. I don't think we're getting this Batista anytime soon. I mean, that wasn't the idea, to try and speed run through to Batista. But the next reward is going to contain another pro. It's going to give us another static support, and we shall need to see if we can get that. But I have been streaming for quite a little while now. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. We've done a decent start on campaign, and I'm thinking about taking a break there. I'm not sure. We do still have quite a lot of people in the chat and the watching the stream, so I'm slightly tempted to keep going just to see how far we can get in campaign mode before we're not able to proceed. But I think I'm just going to take a quick 5 minute break here, folks, and I'll be back in just a moment and we will continue to do this live stream. So, again, if you have not yet liked the stream, if you could, if you have not yet subscribed, I would appreciate it immensely. If you can only do one thing, please subscribe. Subscribing is the thing that makes the most difference. The more subscribers we have to the Grand Cat channel, the more Grand Cat Grand Fleet members we have, the more we can do with the channel. Run Benny Run says Scotland. Aye, that's right, I'm Scottish. And JT says, I like the stream. Thank you. The stream is not over. We are just going to be on pause for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back. I just need... My voice is getting a bit dry. It's a little bit difficult to talk non-stop for 2.5 hours. So I'm just going to get myself a little drink. I'm going to take a tiny rest. Then we're going to come back with more of the stream. So we'll be back in just a second, folks. I'm going to put it on pause. But if you can keep yourselves amused in the chat, I will return and I will try and read as much of the chat as I can when I return. And we are back, folks. We have returned. It was a brief 5 minute little break there. Hopefully, when this goes back up as a live stream, it cuts out the pause. If it didn't, make sure to fast forward until this point. And okay, so we're going to continue with campaign mode. It looks like the next boss is LA Knight. We have beaten Razor Ramon, we've beaten AJ Styles, and we've beaten Ivan Isle. We're going to try and do our best against LA Knight. Lincoln says I'm back. Welcome back, Lincoln. I also am back. So we're going to start with toughness and charisma. Let's change this one to toughness. Unfortunately, toughness is still only a prize tier 1, which is not very good. We're going to change this one to just charisma. We're going to change this one to just toughness, which is our guitar. And let's see what the matches are, and then we'll see what it is we need to use equipment on. So our first match is a female toughness, which Izzy Dame is at 375. Okay, we need to get over 431. Then it is a male charisma, which will go ahead and use Shawn Michaels. Oh, we're able to beat that one without any equipment. And then our last one, we have to use this charisma here. Okay, so if we put some charisma on Maxine, we put some toughness on Izzy Dame, we should be able to 3-star that one. So what is our best when it comes to charisma? This one? I just realised that the last time is now towel is to plus charisma. I thought it was to toughness. Maybe it's not. Maybe I've always been mistaken. But okay, that's interesting. Charisma makes more sense. I just for some reason thought there was toughness. Very interesting. And Shawn Michaels with his charisma is more than enough. But we can also use the Roman Reigns who has slightly higher charisma as well. Run Benny Run says, how's everyone doing in the new rarity? I think I'm doing pretty alright, if I do say so myself. And Run Benny Run says, so am I. I presume that means that he's from Scotland. Yes. Another fellow Scottish member of his Grand Cat Grand Fleet. It's always nice to run into a fellow from my own home. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the equipment off here so that we've got the equipment ready to go on whoever needs it for the next match. So the next one is toughness, speed, and charisma. And the opponent is using all speed to self. Now this might start getting to the point where we might need super moves. We'll go for charisma on this one. Benny says might skip the battle pass this time, to be honest. I suspect he is not a fan of Logan Paul. Okay, so our first match is toughness. Does 410 win? It does. Okay. More than enough. Our next match is a tag speed. Now this is where the opponent's going to use the ladder. So let's try putting Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero with one another. I think that's just a little bit too much for us. Yes, it is. And then the last one is Charisma, which let's put in our Maxine Dupree. But she just needs a little bit more Charisma. Okay, so we at least now know what it is that we need to do. So let's go ahead and attach Charisma here. Thought I saw something for a second, but doesn't seem to be anything. Anything other than madness. Let's go for speed. And we're going to go with speed on both of these guys, just to make sure. And let's try this one. Lincoln says, what game mode do I play? Well, whatever one you want. You've got a whole bunch of choices. There's campaign, there's boom, there's super showdown. I would recommend super showdown, actually. JT says, I'm back, had to do laundry. Welcome back, JT. Super showdown is really, really good because it doesn't rely on your own deck. You get a deck given to you at random, so it's essentially fair for everyone. And if you manage to complete through that, then you will get some amazing static rewards. So that's what I would recommend for you. Boom can also be quite good if you've got a decent deck, but you do need a fairly decent deck in order to get a large amount of points. Okay, our next one is power and charisma. So let's go ahead and remove these parts here because we don't know what it is that we will need to use power or charisma on. Now the opponent is using power to self, so we shall match that. So the first one is charisma. Let's try Shawn Michaels. Oh, Shawn Michaels is enough to win. Then it's power. How about Roman Reigns? More than enough. Then it's female tag power. Okay, this is where it's going to get difficult. Okay, we need to put a little bit of power equipment onto them in order to get them to win. That's probably the next highest one. So let's try that. So, Shawn Michaels wins this first one. JT says, I got a static Grayson Waller. Congratulations, JT. That's going to help you out tremendously. And an Adventurer Haku. Very, very cool. Again, folks, if you are new to the stream, if you could click that subscribe button, it really, really helps the channel out a lot more than what you think it does. JT says, winning Survivor, thank the Lord I won. Ah, congratulations. So we shall remove these from and Izzy Dame. And my voice is beginning to go. I do not normally stream for this long. But we are going to try and continue. If I could beat LA Knight in this stream, I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, so that's where the charisma is used. And then speed. Eddie Guerrero. That's enough. Then the last one is tag charisma as well. 376 and 357. Not enough. Okay, we need to make a few changes there. So first of all, we need to change this to charisma. And we need to put some charisma equipment on here. Now, Eddie Guerrero and speed was enough beforehand, but now I think I'm going to put something that gives him a little bit of speed on here. And I think if we put some charisma on Shawn Michaels, that might be enough. Let's try this. Tudor Milascon says, is Naughty or Nice winning? I have 300 Naughty tokens. Nice is currently winning. So this should be more than enough to win this one. Hopefully. Tudor says, great. It grows at 436. More than enough. And then, hopefully, this is enough. There we are, that's another 3 stars done. Nope. It was Shawn Michaels was the other one. Okay, so this one is toughness, speed, and charisma. This point is using speed here and toughness. So we need to put in our guitar. And just for fun, we'll go for that. Alright, let's see what we need to do. JT says, I went naughty because I want that Trish card. Makes sense. Okay, so the first one is a female speed. Okay, we need a lot more speed on Maxine Dupree for that one. Then it is a tag charisma. Okay, I think we can win that one. Then the last one is a female toughness. Which we can win. Okay, good. Let me talk to you. Yeah. So, this one is toughness. I know that we won it anyway, but just to make sure, this one was speed. And then we have a tag charisma that we need to win. Which, if we do that... Actually, I think we've got something better for charisma. There we are. If we do that, then we should win. Sword Rage says, how's it going, Mr. Cat? I'm doing pretty well. We are trying to speedrun our way through campaign mode. We're on LA Night already. My voice is going a little bit because I have been streaming for 2.5 hours or so. This is a tag charisma. No, we don't use this yet. The tag charisma is fine. It is the guitar that we need to use in toughness for the next match. That puts us to 535, which hopefully should win. Now we're only 2 away from our next reward. Which is the last card before the boss. Shilan, I'm hoping that's how it is, or maybe Shilans? Shilan Shosho, perhaps. What do you think about the new rarity? I like it. I hope that it sticks around for a while and doesn't disappear after a short amount of time. This one is power and toughness. Although it does seem we did the math on it, and it looks like it's going to be Wednesday the 28th is when we're going to get Royal Rumble tier, which makes sense as Royal Rumble would be a couple of days after that. So it looks like we've got about 6 weeks of static tier. Okay, so it is toughness to deck, which sucks, and they're using power. Interesting. Unfortunately, our toughness is not quite as strong. Our toughness is only 50,000. Their toughness is 83,000, which is incredibly different. So they're going to have quite the advantage when it comes to toughness here. Okay, so we're starting with tag toughness with females. Okay, I think we can win that. And then we've got a male toughness. We're going to use Roman Reigns here, 460,000. Okay, that's more than enough. And then, of course, we have power, which is going to be tag power. Okay, we just need a little bit more on that one. I'm also going to put toughness on this one. I think that should hopefully be enough. And then, of course, it is tag power. Guess we're going to go for that. Let's try this one. Oh, Coco Troco says, "Hi, Grandcat. I'm Selma." Oh my goodness, if you are the Selma that I think you are, then that is absolutely fantastic that you have managed to meet one of my live streams. If Selma, could you tell me what your first name is on how I know you? I don't want to say it just in case you're a different Selma. Brian Moser says, "What do you think about the new Crack the Case?" Well, we completed our Crack the Case. Okay, so this is indeed Solar Selma, and I didn't want to say that it was Solar Selma in case it was someone else pretending to take, but the fact that they said that I do your art, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the person that does the artwork for the Grand Cat. Solar Selma is fantastic. I love the work that they do, and I have been using it in quite a bit of the thumbnails. So a huge, huge shout out. This is the first time that they've ever joined me on a live stream before. So this is a big honor for me to welcome them into the chat. Thank you for coming along. Oh my goodness, we still lost that much. So this one is toughness. Do we win this one? Okay, we can win that one. I must apologize. My voice is starting to go. We have been live streaming for over 3 hours now. Selma says, "Honors all mine, give him hell." I'm doing my absolute best. Okay, so we can win that one. We just need a little bit more toughness in here for the female tag match. And we should be able to get this one. So we need some more toughness. What else gives us toughness? This will hopefully be enough. Okay, so 396 and 505. And then the Roman Reigns with the Uwu Championship, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Sheilan says, "I don't like the Battle Pass card." Oh my goodness, there's so many people that don't like Logan Paul. I personally really, really like Logan Paul as a wrestler. Not so much as an online celebrity. But I think he does amazing heel work. I think he is fantastic. Sheelan says The Rock had a better card. Well, I mean, I'm waiting until I see the pro animation for Logan Paul before I make any judgment. But I certainly think it's going to help out with campaign mode. Selma says Logan Paul as a wrestler has come a long way. It helps he has a big team behind, but he has a lot of physical prowess. Yes, he is more athletically gifted than what anyone would reasonably assume. I also like the amount of special moves that he has. I've said it before earlier in the stream, but for any newcomers, the pulverizer, the one lucky punch, the frog splash, the going viral. The going viral, for those that don't know, is when he goes to the top rope and he does the splash to the outside through the table when he's got the little drone in his hand. I don't think it's officially called going viral. I think that might be a fan name. There's a few other fan names, like Shawn Michaels' elbow drop from the top rope was known as the Heartbreaker because he was a Heartbreak Kid, but he never officially called it that. Kurt Angle used the Angle Slam and the Ankle Lock, but people called it the Angle Lock instead. There's a few other ones that have fan-made names. I think Coast to Coast was a fan name that became an official name of Rob Van Dam's top rope drop kick from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring. So yes, let's see. Swords Rage says the static equipment for him might be good for campaign. Yes, that is of course his little drone. Uh, Lincoln says you should take a nap if you're not feeling good. No, I am fine. Honestly, it's my voice that is the problem. Uh, I don't talk about this often, and I don't bring it up. It's not an issue for me, but I do have a bit of a lung condition, and it does stop me from doing anything for any length of time. It's something that I've had to live with my entire life. So on occasion, when I'm doing a long live stream, particularly when I'm doing a lot of talking, it is quite strenuous. But I'm having fun. I don't feel like I need to stop. I just need to take a quick break, 5 minutes for 5 minutes, about half an hour ago. But overall, no, I am doing okay. Sheilan says Sandman card, possibly, but I do appreciate you being concerned about me, Lincoln. Thank you for that. JT says again, the Humbler will be a new one. Mark my words. Yes, we joked about this earlier that Logan Paul should take the mantle of Iron Sheik's Camel Clutch. I was trying to say whether it's Camel Clutch or Cobra Clutch. Cobra Clutch was Sergeant Slaughter. Camel Clutch is Iron Sheik, and Iron Sheik, of course, kept telling people that he would make them humble. He would make, I'm going to make Hulk Hogan humble, patui. So yes, I think it would be really, really funny if he took that submission move and called it the Humbler. Um, Everything in Tottenham says it's so good playing WWE on my phone with your stream in the top left. Oh, that's very cool. You are multitasking, and I still thank you for paying attention to the stream. That's very, very cool of you. And you're still able to chat. I know there's a lot of people that are watching the stream that either watch it on their computers or on the TV that don't have the ability to chat. And I acknowledge every single one of you out there that is still sitting along, watching and enjoying these little videos. But yes, those of you that are chatting as well, that is very, very cool. I really appreciate that. JT says, or the humble lock says, I am playing two games at once. Oh my goodness, JT, you are multitasking. So this next one, Ellie Knight himself, is going to be toughness and speed. Oh, this is going to be a pain because we don't have a good Maxine Dupree. Let's go ahead and change this one to a ladder. This might be the first one that we might need to use a super move on. Let's see how we get on here. Sheilan says, what SE card do you want to see in this rarity? Well, it's not one that I want to see, but it's a rumor that I've heard that apparently we're getting a AAA crossover, and there may or may not be a Mr. Iguana involved at some stage. So that could be very, very cool. Okay, so the first one is a male tag toughness. Let's try these two, 460 and 363. Okay, need a little bit more toughness there. Then we have a female tag speed, which uses the ladder as well. Okay. And then the second one is a male tag toughness as well. Okay, so we need a lot of toughness here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this has to be male. No, this has to be female tag speed. Do we have anyone better for speed? I don't think we do. So let's see here. Speed. It's going to be our two prize boots. Going to be relying on them. Then everything else is male tag toughness. So we need the strongest toughness that we have here. So Eddie Guerrero is only 271. This is 303. This is 305. Shawn Michaels is 312, but that is only because he has momentum on him. We might get higher toughness from putting momentum on someone else. So I think I'm going to put the momentum on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And we need to put some equipment on those guys as well and see how we get on with that. That might be the next closest toughness we've got. And we'll put some toughness on Shawn Michaels as well. It's possibly that. Alright, let's see how we get on with this. Sheelan says, drink hot chocolate. That's not a bad idea. I might make myself some hot chocolate once this stream is done. And the stream will probably be done once we beat LA Knight. And we get the rewards from that. So the first one is tag toughness. Is 448 and 438 enough? It is. Okay, good. We're off to a strong start. Then we have female speed. Now I believe the opponent uses the ladder here. So I think we need to do the same. We've got 503 and 448. Okay, more than enough. And then this one is the tag toughness, which is 591 and 386. And there we are. We have managed to defeat LA Knight. Mark my words, we'll meet again. Yeah. I got the shoes of a champion. Shoes of a champion. Okay, that was very, very cool. We are going to take the equipment off of all of our superstars now. And their next arrows are going to be right arrows. Okay, right arrows might actually be good for us. We might even be able to do the next one, which is Johnny Gargano. Although the stats will probably be getting a little bit more difficult from now on. But let's go ahead and claim our next campaign reward. The Advocate Paul Heyman. Okay, we'd prefer it to be something that was a singular stat rather than something that's two stats like power and toughness. We've got the static train up, and now we're going to get our next static pro, which is Candice LeRae, the Pixie Princess herself. That's a brand new card. That's also going to give us some decent experience as well. Let's go ahead and pro our Candice LeRae. And there they are. So they're both at level 100, both have their 100 matches. So let's go ahead and combine. And there is our first pro female static card. And what other images do we have for Candice? Maybe. I'm looking for one that isn't generic. That one's pretty good, but the sides are cut off, which is a little bit annoying. I think it might be this one. And we'll put her into the performance center to get her leveled up. I still have 18 hours left. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Okay, there we go. So let's see how our Pixie Princess is now. So there we go. She has 277.9 thousand in power, 303.9 thousand in toughness, 319.4 thousand in charisma, and a whopping 343.6 thousand in speed. Very, very cool indeed. Everything Tottenham says, I tried so hard to get the AJ Styles event card, and now he doesn't seem to matter with a new tier. Unfortunately, that is the truth of the matter when it comes to an event right before a new tier. That is why I don't try particularly hard when it comes to a PvP event when a new tier is right around the corner. That's also why it's very important to know when a new tier is coming. And if you want to know when a new tier is coming, all you need to do is make sure that you click that subscribe button and you watch the big old Grandcast videos, because I will be sure to tell you when a new tier is on the way. I was making many comments about the new tier happening. So yes, that's how you can tell. Tudor Milliscon says, why don't you do variants before proing the cards? I always do them even if it takes longer. Oh, there's a very good reason for that. You don't need to do the variants beforehand. If you do the variants before or after, it still works out to be exactly the same. So all that doing variants does is, if I were to say get 10 variants on, like 10 money in the banks with my two cancel raise, and then I pro them, the pro gets half of the combined total. So if both of them are at 10, you wind up with 5 variants. So that would mean that in order to get all the variants, you would need to do 10 on the first card, 10 on the second, and then an additional 5, which means you would need to do 25 money in the bank cards on this cancel ray. However, if you just pro them without having done the variants, all you need to do is 10 money in the bank cards, and it still does the exact same. It still gives you the exact score. Your card is still a perfect pro. The only thing you need to do is make sure that your level is at 100 and make sure that your matches are at 100. The variants do not matter. You can get the variants after you've made the pro, so do not worry about that. Tudor says, I actually didn't know that. You are very welcome. I've probably saved you literally hours with that very small bit of advice, that little bit of information there, because I used to do that, and then when I found out that you didn't need to, it's like I must tell everyone. Everyone must know. Tudor says you did. Thanks. You're very welcome. Supercard Dan says, what's the best and quickest way to get matches to 100? Takes me so long. I also have a tutorial on this. The best way to do it is to go into Royal Rumble. I'm going to show you very quickly here. If we go into leagues, I'm not going to do one, but I'm just going to show you. If we go into edit deck, you'll see that I have 2 cards that are strong, and the rest of them are all deliberately weak. Now, I want to go in something that needs matches, which would be our Diamond Alice page and our Gunther, and you know what? I will show you one. I said I wasn't going to. I'm going to show you how this works. So, everything else is deliberately weaker. We're only using 2 special cards, and we're going to, well, I mean, we would if we hadn't maxed out our enhancements. So we need to just go ahead and we'll use an enhancement on this. we're going to be an Eon one. Wow, these Eon enhancements don't do anything anymore. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So all you need to do is put in 2 cards that you want to level up. I'm also going to attach something in these matches, like this John Cena towel. And then we're going to play a game here. So we need to type this in just to show the computer that we are not a robot. That we are a real life human being. And this is the easiest way to get 100 matches on any card. Either in male Royal Rumble or female Royal Rumble. So we currently only have bad cards. We need to wait until we draw into a good card. Selma says, "You're not a human being though, you're a cat." I'm a very grand cat. And I'm very, very good at pretending to be one. So we're just going to play out these matches here. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. All we're doing is we are waiting until we get a special card. Now I've also set up my Royal Rumble so that I've got an equal number of power, toughness, and speed. Power, toughness, speed, and charisma. You don't necessarily need to do that, but it helps. Erin Tottenham says, "I knew it was a new tier, I just wanted the card and thought it might be a bit better stats." Unfortunately, it never is. I have been doing this for such a long time, and they have never once made something that works with the new tier when it comes out. Alright, this isn't going particularly well. Okay, this is what we want to get to. So we've got our Diamond Dallas page here. He's going to come in, and every single game that he plays here counts as a match, so that counts as 1. Now, our Diamond Dallas page has never been used before. He's got 0 matches, he's got 0 variants, and our John Cena towel also has 0 matches and 0 variants. So we're going to go ahead and use speed next. And that's us up to 2. Then we're going to go ahead and use power. That's 3. And then charisma. That's 4. So that's 4 matches that we've played already. We're going to go ahead and use toughness here. That is 5. We're going to use toughness again. That eliminates that one, and then Gunther can come in here and steal the victory for us. So there we go, we win 7-1, we get 95 points towards our league. It gives us a whole bunch of draft picks as well. That's good enough for just now. We'll get the rest later. Thrasher says, "Hi Grandcat." Hello Thrasher, welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you again. And if we go to edit deck here, you can see that we've got 6 matches on our Diamond Dallas page. We've got 6 games on our Last Time Is Now towel. But if you draw into those cards earlier, you can get something like... I just read Thrasher's comments. If you get into it earlier, you can get like 15 games. Or maybe it's not exactly 15, but you can get like, I think it's 12 games every single time that you do Royal Rumble. But it also helps towards your league. It also helps towards your challenges. So this is the best way I've found to level up cards. Thrasher says, "Wondering why they chose Logan Paul for the Battle Pass. Even if it was 100% free, I would still not get it." That makes me think that Logan Paul is doing a pretty good job of being a heel. So again, we just need to sit and wait until we get one of our special cards. I've also deliberately used the image of the prize brawling buddies for all of my weaker cards, so I can easily tell the difference between the ones that I'm trying to train up and the ones that I'm not. Thrasher's Cat, did you see they added the Ilya title image to the backstage? Yes, we've got one as well, which is absolutely wonderful. Okay, we've got Gunther coming up, so we want to deliberately lose this match here. So we're going to go ahead and use Charisma. And the opponent should easily be able to beat Undertaker here. We got the Ilya Dragunov, and we also made him the team image. So now Gunther comes in. Now Gunther only had one match before that, so this is technically his second match, and we can see how many matches we're going to get here. That's him up to 3. We just lost that one. That's a little bit disappointing. Okay, we now have our DDP, so we want to try and stay away from Charisma if we can. And unfortunately, we've only got 2 Charisma cards left at the end here. Thrasher says, Supercard has confirmed that from now on, every card that loses on PCC will be available backstage. That's awesome. Okay, so we lost that last match, but we still went 7-3. We still get 95 points, and we still got a whole bunch of matches on our Gunther and our Diamond Dallas page. So that, I think, is the best way to level up those rewards. Selma says, Supercard confirmed that if you lose your next match, your account will be deleted. Sorry, Cat. Well, that's quite alright, because I generally tend to win my matches. Let's go ahead and dust those. I was going to finish the stream there, but just for funsies, let's go ahead and hit our deck. Thrasher says, Grandcat, did you see the masked man revealed on Raw? I did. Just in case anyone hasn't seen it, let's not talk about it here, but it is pretty much what I expected, is what I'll say. It's I wouldn't say it was disappointing, but it wasn't a surprise. The thing is, I'd heard bigger rumors, and I think I was maybe expecting it to be something more. Tudor says it was Hornswoggle. Thrasher says, I genuinely thought it was LA Knight because of the eyes. The other big rumor that I'd heard, and this, it's not a spoiler, it just confirms that it's not. The other big rumor that I'd heard was that it was going to be Jake Paul. That it was going to be Jake Paul running in and helping Logan Paul, and Jake Paul and Logan Paul would be together part of the vision. Whether Jake Paul would have just been a manager, or if he'd have been a tag partner to Logan Paul, don't know. But we also know that Jake Paul has a boxing match coming up, so it's unlikely that he would have shifted to wrestling, but he has said that he's shown an interest, that he sees what Logan is doing, and that he wants to be involved. So, read into that what you will, I suppose. I don't have any better advice than that. Let's attach some more equipment that needs leveling up. JT says Paul Brothers versus the Usos. Thrasher says, didn't we already have enough with Logan? JT says the Humblers versus the Usos. Now, Selma did say that if I lose my next match, I have to delete my account. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of pressure. So I'm going to try my absolute hardest to win this one. Okay, we won the first one. Okay, we're off to a good start. Okay, we're going 2-0, and then toughness. Well, it has to be Gunther, the Ring General. Okay, we lost that one, but thankfully we won the other two, which means that we do win, which means, whew, we do not need to delete our account. Oh, never doing that again, Solar Selma. Let's go ahead and use the rest of our draft picks here. Thrasher says, and if you lose, Grand Cat, El Grande Americano will take your place. It wouldn't be El Grande Americano, it would be El Grande Americato that would take my place. It would be a masked Grand Cat. I mean, definitely not Grand Cat, definitely someone else. Selma says, El Gato Americano is the Grand Cat on a mask. El Grande Americato, yes. I think people have discovered the joke. El Grande Americato. So I don't think we had anything there that we needed to keep, so I think we can dust all of this. And I believe that will give us one last rarity draft pick. Let's go for this one, which was a prize amplifier. Not the best. And we can go ahead and dust that one as well. We didn't need it. And there we go. So I think we've done an awful lot here today. We played a couple of games of leagues, did a couple of Royal Rumbles. We did a decent amount in campaign. The next one's all going to be Right Arrows, which I'm not going to try and speedrun campaign because we're definitely going to get to the point where we come up against a wall that's going to stop us from progressing. But we seem to be doing pretty well. The next boss is going to be Johnny Gargano. Then we've got Xavier Woods, which is the halfway point. Then it's Aleister Black, Ethan Page, Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, Triple H, and then the final one is going to be against Roman Reigns. And let's see here. We've got 24 minutes left to finish Wild Wednesday. What's the last thing we need to do? Go undefeated in a Wild game 9 times. I just really don't feel like it when the prizes are only adventure or prize tier. But I will take the rest of these rewards. We'll take our fusion token. We'll take our crystals. We'll take our super coins. How did we get the one for winning consecutive games in Wild? I must have been playing it last night. The explanation I've got. I must have been training cards last night. That must have been what I was doing. Oh, we've got the Battle Pass quest. Of course, we've got the Battle Pass quest. Let's see what we need to do here. So, the Battle Pass quest is going to give us an F1 of the People's Champion, The Rock. We need to play a game at any event or Money in the Bank mode 60 times. We need to win a match using Logan Paul 150 times. Wow. We need to use our super move 25 times. We need to win a male solo match 75 times. That's going to give us a Logan Paul pack, which is Oh, it's Logan's Paul's rivals. Ah, that's interesting. And then, of course, by resetting the draft board 100 times, that is also going to give us more of the Logan Paul rival pack. That's very, very cool. Yes. And we're also very, very close to that objective counter, which will give us a guaranteed static card as well as a whole bunch of other rewards. Also potentially giving us static supports, static and adventure supports as well. So that is something to look forward to. And I'm going to continue trying to get through campaign mode. I also need to play through Boom, because we do have new rewards in Boom, of course. There you can see them. There's the EO Sky, who is the static boom reward. And we also have rewards in Super Showdown that we've already got one of the Bailey, but we can also get an F2 of the Adventure Soul Ruka, which will help out as well. And we also get the chances of pulling additional Baileys and Soul Rukas from these packs when we get up to the higher rounds. We've also got in leagues, we have a brand new league card, which is Damiz. He is the new static one, and because we are in platinum tier, we should, at the end of this, if we get up to the maximum amount, we'll get two of the following, either Miz or Jacob Fatu. Hopefully we get a Pro Miz, because we've already got the Pro Jacob Fatu. But we shall just need to see what it is that we get from those. And of course, we're going through campaign mode right now. I mentioned Boom, I mentioned Super Showdown, I mentioned Leaks. And oh, crack the case. Let's take a look at the new rewards here. So the basic one gives you a chance at the CM Punk and JBL. It also gives you a bonus chance of the toys present and the clothing present, which is really, really nice that there's another way to get this toys present, because Lights Out is freaking horrible. And I think it's the same rewards each time, it just, you get a little bit higher chance each time. Now, the last time, there was the, I can't remember what it went up to. Was it 10% or was it 15% or was it 20% chance of getting the Nikki Bella? And we only got the Nikki Bella once. So these percentage chances, even a 10% chance, is actually really, really low. Just keep that in mind when you are going through those. Now, what is this down the chimney bundle? Has a 10% chance of having one of the following. It also contains 20 naughty tokens, also contains 20 nice tokens. Speaking of, I think we used all of our... Oh, we've got exactly 10 nice tokens left. Let's go ahead and use these. And we'll use a prize support, such as Zelina Vega. And 500, 300, and 250. Ooh, just at the last second there. And those rewards aren't that fantastic, but it gives us more reward points. So with the naughty points, we need to get the Eddie Guerrero cookie, and that will give us a Trish Stratus. It's actually a really nice Trish Stratus image. And if we get into the nice one, we still need this freaking adventure toys, and then that's going to unlock all the rest of them all the way down to 316, and then we need to get ourselves the John Cena electronic present if we want to get ourselves the Jimmy Uso. Oh, I just realised if you do this, then you can actually stoke the fire. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Also, for anyone that hasn't done it yet, if you tap on the Santa and the Krampus, if you get Santa to punch Krampus 100 times, it gives you a special little free Easter egg pack that gives you a whole bunch of rewards. So that is very, very cool. Tudor says, how do you have Bailey? Well, from the last Super Showdown, I had fully maxed out all the rewards, and when I first logged in and I looked at Super Showdown, it said that I'd got everything. So I initially thought that the points just went over, and I clicked on the Bailey. It gave me the Bailey, then I went to get the next reward, and it kicked me out back to the main screen. I came back in, and then the points were back to 0. So it seems that that is a glitch. I don't know if we'll get to keep the Bailey or not. It was certainly very, very surprising. I don't know. It seems very unusual for a Supercard to allow something like that. We also went into Boom, and Boom also said that we had all the rewards from Boom, but it also said that we had already claimed them, meaning that we couldn't get the EO Sky. I played one game of Boom, which you can see there. I have got one win, and then after playing one game of Boom, it reset me back to 0 points. So it seems that there was maybe a little bit of an issue, but it seems to have been taken care of. But that is that. Okay, let's see. We've got our Gunther. He now has all of his variants done. Do we have anyone else that needs to get variants? That's a very good question. Yes, I think we're going to put the variants on DDP. Or am I? Because DDP is right arrow. So it looks like Gunther, the Sir John Cena's, the Sami Zayn, the AJ Styles, the Haichi Peter Maivia, and the War Games Stefan Vancouver are currently all stronger than our F1 Diamond Dallas Page. So I think I am going to put DDP into here and get him his variants, and then hopefully when he levels up, that will be slightly stronger than some of these other cards. But in the meantime, campaign mode, our next arrow that we need to use is right arrows. So I'm going to see if I can maybe take a shot at that. But we have been doing a very, very long live stream. We have been live streaming for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you everyone that has liked the video. If you are new, please give me a subscribe. You just have to click that subscribe button, and it's free. It's entirely free. Yes, I know. I was shocked too. I couldn't believe it. That you get all of these Grand Cat videos entirely for free, and all you have to do is click that subscribe button, and then YouTube will let you know when a new video goes up. And even if you don't want to see those, you can click the subscribe button and then put your settings to don't notify me about any more. Or if you really like seeing the Grand Cat videos, you can click subscribe, and then you can activate those notification icons, and then you'll be informed when the Grand Cat goes live. Yes, it will let you know right there on your very phone. Isn't it amazing? Technology is amazing. And all you have to do is click that little subscribe button, and not only will you be subscribed to the Grand Cat, you will also be an official member of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, which is approaching 7,600 subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. It's very, very wonderful. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that have significantly more. I know there are YouTubers like Logan Paul that has, I think, 12 million. So we are a long, long way away from that. But maybe if the Grand Cat gets enough subscribers, maybe the Grand Cat can have a match against Logan Paul at some point in the future. But with that said, folks, that is now going to be the end of this little live stream, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye.